Hello Leo, welcome to my weekly tarot love reading for you. I am the Tarot Muse and I've got all your cards laid out on the table here, shuffled and ready to go. So let's dive straight in. So in the present moment for you Leo, what we have is the card of taking a stand. And what's crossing that is the Magician. What lies in the past for you is the Empress. In the future, we have the card of Deception. What is conscious for you currently, Leo, is your independence. What is not conscious is working very hard towards something. Let's find out what's going on for you, Leo. We have the King of Cups. What is going on for the other? The Fool, new beginnings. Where is the relationship at? Eight of Swords, trapped. And what is the outcome? Conflict. Alright, so let's go a little bit deeper. So in the present moment here we have the Seven of Wands, which is about, in this case, taking a stand against something. And it's crossed by the Magician. And the Magician is all about bringing into form, bringing into manifest, into creation. So something is needing to be brought into manifest, but it's not allowing you to take a stand. So let's find out what this taking a stand is about. 3 cards. Alright, so interesting. I have the Nine of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So yeah, there was something impulsive that happened with this Knight of Swords that has created a lot of depression, or at least your mind is very occupied with it and is actually keeping you awake at night. So the King of Swords would be an air sign such as an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. Someone who's mastered the realm of their mind, someone who makes strong decisions, not impulsively, but because we have the Knight of Swords next to it, there was kind of some decision that was made that was impulsive. So it could have been you, or it could have been this other person, but it shows me that there's a lot of stress around it. And the reason why I think it's the other person is because we have the taking a stand card. So it could be you taking a stand against this other person's actions and what they did. So we'll find out more about that. But first I want to get a little bit more information about what the Magician card is that's crossing the taking a stand. Let's pick 3 cards. 1, 2, okay, 3. Alright, so the Magician card is, there's some kind of, so it's the Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Wands. And the Four of Cups is a card of generally boredom or apathy. So it's like when you have something that fills that void in your life, you're entertained by it, but as soon as it gets taken away, that space, that void is there again. And in this case, whatever that void is for you, whether it's someone leaving or the relationship not being there anymore, it's talking about the change that it's going through, where you're no longer focusing on it, but on a King of Swords. So the King of Swords could refer to, well, you are King of Swords, Leo. Leo is fire. It's ruled by the King of Wands, which is a fire sign. So for you, it's about coming back into your power again, coming back to your vibrancy and all that you are. And actually, as it stands, this Wednesday, or in the next few days, we'll be moving, the sun will be moving from Cancer into Leo, which is a whole change of energies, from emotions to energy. So we'll be moving into a more energized state that's much more social and active. And I can literally see this happening over here. So this Magician wants to manifest. It wants to move forward and step back into you, Leo, into your vibrancy. But there's something here that is still needing to be dealt with, which in the back of your mind is keeping you awake at night. Maybe not as extreme as keeping you awake, but it's definitely on some level occupying you. So let's see what's conscious for you, Leo. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, and she's all about independence and self-sufficiency, he, she. And we've got 3 cards for that. And it's about walking away from this marriage or this union. So we have the 5 of Swords, we have the Strength card, and we have the 4 of Wands, which is normally a card of relationships or marriage, a union. So it's finding the inner strength to return to your independence and away from this situation that was, and you know, there's a difference between the 8 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. The 8 of Cups is you consciously choosing to walk away from something that's unhealthy. The 5 of Swords is a different situation, and this is where the King of Swords could come in that he was impulsive, because he or she could have just terminated the relationship without thinking things through, and so it may have caused a whole lot of issues for you, and that's why I'm saying this walking away from something was done. It wasn't done in the nicest way. It could have been done in a healthier way, where it wasn't about power or control, but about moving away from something that isn't working. There's a difference. So I want to find out who that is and what it is. But first of all, let's see what's happening in the unconscious for you, Leo. So we've got the 8 of Pentacles, which is all about, it's the card for apprenticeship. It's working hard towards something. Okay, let's see what you're working hard towards. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So yeah, there may have been some kind of financial struggle here, and there may have been financial struggle or some kind of control, or really having to watch your funds during this period of intensity that has been happening with the lockdown. So it's you're working towards moving away from having to be so tight with your resources to a place that's lighter. And so there's a lot of thought around it, and a lot of energy has been put into it, especially your emotions. So this is in the unconscious, and I see this as an opportunity to, again, move away from this that has happened towards your dreams. And it's coming in quite fast, because we have the 8 of Wands, which indicates a swift movement, swift transition. So I do not have, it's not specifically saying whether the relationship has ended yet. I have got the Lenormand cards on the right over here, and what I'm seeing is that, okay, so I'll tell you exactly which cards come up. The Dog, Mice, Moon, Rider, Path, and Fox. And what that's telling me is that the loyalty, the emotional loyalty within this relationship is dwindling, and that it's you in a very fast way moving in a new direction with making a new decision, like which path am I going to take now. And I've got the Fox card, and the Fox is often about dishonesty, deception, and I have got the Deception card over here in the future. So you may or may not know this yet, but something has happened that was not entirely honest, and it's sending you in a new direction, making new choices. And what I'm seeing here is coming into the near future, it'll become more conscious for you, working towards getting yourself out of this stuck place and moving more towards stability and just a new beginning, a new level of excitement for you that follows your dreams. Okay, so this is coming in. Let's see what happened in the past year. So we have the Empress card, and she's all about sensuality and pleasure and just super chilled and really comfortable. And let's pick 3 cards for her and find out more what she's about. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the 5 of Pentacles, and we have the relationship card, the Two of Cups. So yeah, it's interesting. There was some kind of struggle going on here because we have the Five of Pentacles, and this is generally a card around financial struggle. It's an intense struggle. It can be a little bit of a victim state as well. So what I'm seeing here is you being, or at least the Empress shows with regards to funding, relaxation around resources and funding and feeling grounded, possibly with this relationship, with this person, someone who could be a earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo, and feeling secure. And then the relationship got hit by financial stress and struggle, and so that may have created some kind of separation, which was good. So the happiness was put on hold, and there's a pause that was taken. I see the mental timeout on one side, and I see the Hermit on the other side. So this struggle for you was taking time out to review the relationship. What is the future about for you, Leo? We've got the Seven of Swords, which is all about deception. Let's get 3 cards. Okay. So we've got Queen of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands and the Three of Wands. So what I'm seeing is something has happened here that has left you feeling very emotional, and I get the feeling that perhaps it's finding out information, or perhaps reviewing or exploring or go deeper with information. And what it's done is it's caused some kind of wall. You've put up some kind of wall around you, and where the future is taking you with it is to start placing your focus elsewhere. So no longer focusing on what has happened, the deception in the relationship, but looking elsewhere for happiness that is more constructive and healthy. And I feel like it's a connection that is about accountability, where people are mature and responsible for themselves. So let's see what's going on for Leo over here. So in the present moment, I have the King of Cups. So I just want to get more information on that. Okay, so this could be you, Leo. The King of Cups is very, very emotional. Now, if I look over this, I feel like there's some kind of dishonesty that happened. I'm not getting the Devil card. I'm getting impulsive advances or impulsive. So we've got the Seven of Cups, we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Justice card. And so that's why I feel it's something that you did, Leo. Perhaps there were too many there were too many options out there. There were too many sexual possibilities out there, and that you made advances. Perhaps there was flirtation or actual interaction that happened, and it's created some kind of repercussion with your relationship. And it could be with this King of Swords, who previously was the King of Pentacles. So this partner of yours would have been someone who was very grounded and financially secure, and there was just a consistency and a practicality to the relationship, and whatever it was that happened that was not honest has caused this person to become the King of Swords. So moved from a more relaxed, earthy state, which can be around control, into more of a detached state. So generally when I see the King of Swords, and I often see it with relationships where the relationship started off as very loving, but then it went from the King of Cups to the King of Swords. So there's a detachment that happens, like in response to whatever the conflict was. So for you right now, you're very emotional. And it's to do with illusions around flirtation and possible sexuality. And the Justice card is next to it. So there's some kind of justice that's been served. And it could possibly be this person detaching and not taking it. Because what I'm seeing for them is the Fool card. The Fool card is the card of new beginnings. And let's find out more about what's coming up for them with the new beginnings. Yep. Stalemate, groundedness. Okay. So yes, stalemate or emotional indecision. So with regards to the emotional indecision around the security of the commitment of the marriage or the relationship, there's a new beginnings that's happening for them. They're going through some kind of shift. Let's just pick one more card to see more about what's happening for them with that new beginning. Are they actually, does this mean they're walking away, or where are they at? Okay, so we've got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Five of Cups. So they're going through not only some kind of paradigm shift, but also a new creative beginnings with regards to this loss. So they've mourned, they've done their mourning, and they're now looking elsewhere, they're looking outwards, they're now focusing on their lives. Whereas I see you are still experiencing some kind of loss. And okay, so let's find out a little bit more about where the relationship is at, because I've got the Eight of Swords, and this shows an entrapment. It shows the relationship is stuck, and it's kind of its own doing. I'll show you the Eight of Swords card, and you can see that that woman is trapped. She cannot move, although she can move. It's all self-imposed. So let's get 3 cards for where the relationship is at. So I've got the World card, which is not such a great sign. The World card, well, it's still not clear yet, but the World card shows that a cycle is complete. So it can indicate an ending to this trapped feeling. Although I have the Page of Pentacles in the center, and on either side of that is the Moon and the World card. So with regards to the abundance and the whatever this opportunity or experience, the healthy experience that existed between the two of you, the security of it, I feel like it's not in a good place, because we have the World card on the one side and we've got the Moon on the other side. The Moon often indicates confusion and lack of clarity, and this is what's creating this stuck feeling. So I'm asking what the outcome is, and we've got the Five of Wands over there, and it's the card of conflict. And so the conflict is around, because of we've got the Six of Pentacles, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, and we've got the Three of Swords. So the conflict is around the exchange, and the exchange, it is not able to, decisions can't be made about the relationship, and so it's in a state of conflict because there's this heartbreak that has happened, and so it's the conflict. It's in a bit of a loop at the moment. So it you know, in the middle we've got making a decision, and on either side we have heartbreak on the one side and exchange. So I really feel like this conflict is about whatever it is that happened, the exchange between the two of you, the sharing, and the the heartbreak around that, and so a decision is not being made at the moment. So let's get a card for the Seven of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. Yep. Well, it shows that, yeah, we've got the Queen of Wands, which is a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. We've got the Tower card, which is complete destruction and breakdown, and then we have the Death card. Okay, so this for me is the outcome, and I see that this is potentially what's happening for you right now. I feel like you are going through some kind of a death and breakdown, Leo, and potentially it's painful, but it's all leading. You're in it right now. I can really see how you are in it, and there's a lot of anger there. So as I said, you may have been one that was not entirely honest, Leo, or it could have been them. Because I have got I've got some Osho tarot cards over here, and I've got 3 cards, and the first one is fighting, and it's a card of being triggered. It's a card of somebody else knowing where your blind spots are, and it's so easy for your buttons to be pushed, which gets a strong reaction. It gets a fiery reaction. So you're angry right now, but also very emotional, because we've got the King of Cups. So it's talking about the silence that you're needing to go into in order to find guidance. And so taking time out to figure out what makes you happy and what brings you peace. Just taking time out from whatever this conflict is, however it is that you can do that. By taking time out, it's literally going, okay, for one day I'm not going to think about this. I'm going to focus on something else. Or I am going to fully think about this, but I'm going to go into a more meditative state that is less reactional and more reflecting on what is going on, so that you can be more objective about it as opposed to subjective. One last card that's in the Love Oracle that I picked, and it may or may not be applicable for you. Things are happening behind the scenes, gossip, bad intentions, and fear of telling the honest truth. If you have just found the person you wished for, there is a chance that your new lover is still troubled by a previous spouse who is not ready to release him. Despite the difficulty, there are many positive aspects in him that you should focus on. So that doesn't quite feel applicable to this reading, although, yeah, somebody's not telling the truth. So we can take that from it. So I hope that was helpful. If there are things that resonated and you'd like to go deeper, my website is in the description box, and you can connect with me through there. Otherwise, I'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to my channel, and would love to hear your comments if you have any to share. You know, what resonated for you or what didn't resonate. So thank you for watching. I'll be back again next week, Leo, with your next reading. Bye for now.